Robert Pattinson and Johnny Depp. I'm a huge fan of both of these guys. I heard these two were doing a movie called Waiting for the Barbarians. I was like, okay, this flick's about to be badass, no question. The last film Pattinson was in was The Lighthouse, which was phenomenal. The last Johnny Depp movie was City of Lies, about who shot Tupac and Biggie. So I think it's fair to predict that Waiting for the Barbarians should be entertaining at least. Well, it turns out it's not entertaining at all. It's actually a disaster. Let's talk about why. Alright, no pun intended when I say this, but the best way to describe this movie is dry. This movie drags out every single scene to a bore with super drawn out dialogue, sleepy performances, and one-dimensional characters. And this is not at all the fault of the actors. Pattinson, Depp, and Rylance all do a fine job. They act well, but the characters that these writers have given them are awful. These characters are so bland, none of them have any personality. Like, you have Johnny Depp, use him to your advantage, give him some flavor, let him give this villain character some character. But all he does is slowly and robotically tell Rylance these surface level lines about how torture is necessary and how the natives are the enemy. It's so cliche. I guess their best idea was to give him a weird pair of sunglasses and have him have a conversation about the sunglasses. I'm gonna get back to the sunglasses conversation in a moment. Pattinson's acting is fantastic as usual, but his character didn't add anything to this story. He was just another character with nothing new to offer. I actually think Pattinson's character didn't need to be in the movie. I feel like the movie would have been way tighter if we just had villain Depp and protagonist Rylance. Also, Depp and Pattinson are marketed as the stars for this film, but they don't actually get that much screen time. The dialogue is really bad too. Everything these actors said, they said it like it was supposed to be interesting and thrilling and exciting, so they drag out every line to be said super slowly and meaningfully. But then you realize, oh, they're actually not saying anything interesting or important. Like at the very beginning of the movie, Rylance asks Depp why he wears those nonsensical sunglasses, and Depp talks about how they protect his eyes from the sun so he doesn't get wrinkles around his eyes, and I guess the writers thought this was gonna be some captivating Tarantino-esque dialogue for the audience, but it wasn't interesting. It was just like, why are we talking about this? Let's just move on. And when I say this movie is slow, don't get me wrong, I like slow. Alien is slow, but the suspense is nail-biting. Lighthouse is slow, but the atmosphere is hypnotic. Godfather is slow, but the dialogue is fire. Why is this movie slow? There's no purpose, there's no exchange. Nothing said is important, nothing that's done is interesting. And I won't even say it should be edited shorter because what would you cut? It's every scene that drags on, so you would really just have to reshoot. When I was planning on making this video, I had to choose between this and Work It with Sabrina Carpenter and Liza Koshy, and I was like, well, that's a no-brainer. Work It is gonna be horrible. Actually, I was wrong. I haven't seen Work It, and I don't plan on seeing Work It, but I'm sure Work It would have been much more entertaining. At least I would have seen some dancing, some pretty girls, some possibly funny jokes, hopefully. And there was this like awful sandstorm scene that was so poorly done. I'm just like, why am I not watching Ghost Protocol right now? And what's with the bad villains? Do we have to make Johnny Depp and Robert Pattinson the bad guys who we're just supposed to hate because they do awful things? Give them some villain philosophy or give them some villain charisma. It would have made them so much more interesting. I guess the cinematography was nice at some parts and the actors were good, as I said before. They just had absolutely nothing to work with. The hard thing to face though is that these themes are actually great. The execution was just awful. I think if a stronger writer and a stronger director tackled these themes with maybe a different story, it could have been awesome and it would have been relevant to society today. It could have been a nice timeless period piece, but it wasn't. It dragged, it barely went anywhere, and it failed. I'm not sure what this movie was trying to be. I'm gonna give Waiting for the Barbarians a 2 out of 10. If you're struggling to sleep and it's like too hot these days or something, just put this flick on, lay on your couch and try to watch it. You'll be out before you know it. But let me know in the comments your favorite Johnny Depp movies or your favorite Pattinson movies. I would love some recommendations. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you want to keep discussing, and liking the video would be great if you enjoyed it. All commenters are put in the next video's credits. Thanks a lot. See you guys next time.